Hey guys, so in today's video I'm out shooting at Te Anau Lake in New Zealand. I'm using the 17 to 40mm Canon lens, and I've got three f-stop filters on the front. One is a 2-stop and a 4-stop and an 8-stop. Just combine them all together to darken the image a bit, just to get the longer exposure times, to smooth out the water and get a bit of blur as well on the clouds. Now it's towards the sunset time, but the lighting isn't overly dramatic. There's some nice lighting, but it's not so dramatic because the sun is hiding behind the clouds a little bit, so it's a little bit on the flat side. So what I've done here to get a little bit more of a dramatic look from the images, just in post-processing added a bit more of a contrast and made it black and white images really. I like the look of this jetty here on the lake. It's got quite a timeless sort of look to it, so that was the focus of this shoot basically. I was trying different compositions to see which was get the better images from. So in this image here I tried to go directly up the center of the jetty, so the front is quite wide in the perspective and it draws your eye up into the center where the jetty is narrowing, and that'll draw your eyes up into the clouds as well and see the dramatic lighting happening. So I quite liked how smooth the water looked in this shot here, and the seagulls are also slightly blurred because it's a long exposure. I really liked the grain on this one. It had a lot of detail and I thought it added a bit of an oomph to the image. So I'm just basically going around the jet here trying different compositions. So this one I'm around on the right side of the jetty. I've been trying to get this wheel, this orange wheel in the front here, so it's a little bit of a interest in the foreground and to draw your eye up into the center of the image along the lines of the jetty. And there's also the pebbles, like stony stuff in the water here in the shallows, which you can see coming through. And also the clouds this is a good angle for the clouds to get nice dramatic lighting, as the front of the clouds are catching the sun here, but you also see the nice deep shadows of the clouds, so it's a slightly more dramatic sky in this image. There's also some interesting sticks out of the lake here in the background. It's a little bit of interest as well. So the lighting was starting to get a little bit dramatic just as the sun was about to die behind this mountains here. So I went back into the middle to get a perspective shot here, and this time I tried to get two exposures here. So one was like previously, so it's a long exposure shot just to smooth out the water and get a bit of blur on the clouds. And also I did another one where it's a fast exposure shot to get a nice sharp image of the birds and the seagulls, and then in post-production I can add them together to get a nice sharp where I want it to be sharp and nice and smooth where I need it to be smooth in the composition. And I really liked how that turned out as well. So I hope you liked today's images and the video, and I appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Thanks.